After 4 separate bail requests were denied, Diddy is now reportedly being transferred to house arrest at his luxury Miami mansion. This is the very same property that was raided by federal agents back in 2019, making the decision even more controversial. The judge's sudden willingness to allow this move has raised serious questions, especially since the real reason behind the decision is far more shocking than anyone expected. The big question now is whether house arrest can do anything to revive Diddy's rapidly collapsing career, or if it will only expose him further. And perhaps most chilling of all, who will be the very first person Diddy targets once he regains even a small amount of freedom?
What up, yo? How you doing? Yeah. Your place right home.
On December 19th, just last month, Diddy's legal team officially announced that they had filed an appeal seeking to either significantly reduce his 50-month sentence or have it thrown out entirely. His lawyers argued that because the jury cleared him of several of the most serious accusations, the punishment handed down was excessive and unjust. According to them, Diddy should never have been sentenced so harshly in the first place. Media coverage surrounding the appeal quickly reignited debate about whether the verdict ever made sense to begin with.
Coverage. Sean Diddy Combs seeking an immediate release from prison. This week, his attorneys urging a federal appeals court in New York to reverse his conviction on prostitution-related charges or direct the judge to lighten his 4-year sentence. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us. Diddy's lawyers, Jeff, officially filing that appeal this week. Tell us more about their argument and also the chances it succeeds. What are you hearing?
So Diddy is currently serving that 50-month prison sentence after being found guilty on those related charges over the summer. In their appeal filing, his lawyers now arguing the music mogul was treated harshly during sentencing by a federal judge who let evidence surrounding charges that he was actually found not guilty of actually then influence his punishment.
This appeal is very different from all of Diddy's previous attempts to secure bail. This time, he isn't just asking for leniency, he's outright refusing to acknowledge guilt. In fact, Diddy is accusing the judge of corruption for repeatedly denying his release. Just yesterday, his lawyers updated the appeal to include a formal request for house arrest. Court filings reveal that Diddy specifically wants to return to his Miami mansion, the same property where federal agents once seized nearly 1,000 bottles of baby oil during a raid. Footage from that day gave the public a rare look inside the mansion. It's clear Diddy is desperate to get out. A New York Times investigation recently revealed that he is selling his private jet, once a symbol of his wealth and status. Now, he reportedly can't afford to keep a $30 million aircraft and needs the cash to continue paying his legal defense.
Diddy apparently has sold his Gulfstream G550, that's a PJ for the brokies out there, in October of 2025. Mia, you got the final sale price. It says it was not disclosed on the paper, but you got new information.
Well, listen, it runs from between $20 million to $30 million. Of course, they did not tell us what the final sale was. And it's also anonymous. We don't know who bought it.
Listen, I'm not mad at that person. Whoever that is.
Keep it anonymous.
Keep it anonymous. Like,
right.
Listen, when I'm at the dispensary, I check out anonymously. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want y'all to know what I'm getting in the bag. So, same thing applies here. If you're buying Diddy's PJ, you might want to keep that on the low.
Keep that on the low.
You know
Like you say,
saying?
you probably get a paint job after that.
Do you feel me?
Cover that up.
Just put primer over the Bad Boy logo. Like, yo, we gonna cover this up real quick.
Can you imagine what that pre-purchase inspection was like?
Yo,
man.
yo, we was talking about this off
Check
mic.
all the cracks and crevices.
Big Room Raiders energy.
Pause.
We're going in there with the black.
Yo, you gotta get the black light.
Black light.
They don't even want to check the engine. We don't care about the engine.
We don't care about none of that.
Check the carpets. Check
That's
the chairs.
Rip out. We gotta reupholster this whole joint.
Everything.
Now, this was actually sold due to legal pressure. So maybe he's using these funds to, pay the lawyers, pay the staff, because I know the staff was also waiting for some money while he is incarcerated.
Right. That's what happens when the boss goes down. You know what I'm saying? Them checks slow up.
According to sources, Diddy plans to use the remaining money to fund a documentary aimed at telling his side of the story. This comes after widespread attention surrounding 50 Cent's Netflix documentary series Sean Combs, The Reckoning. That series devastated what little credibility Diddy still had and, in many ways, sealed his public downfall. Unless Diddy can completely flip the narrative, insiders believe his family may never regain footing in the entertainment industry. This explains why his sons have announced plans for their own documentary and why there appears to be a coordinated effort to silence 50 Cent. Justin and Christian Combs recently teased a family-focused docuseries, releasing a trailer via Zeus Network's founder on December 28th.
Now, Lemmy did take to his Instagram right after this trailer for this docu-series dropped, and he was getting tons of backlash from people saying they do not want this crap, they only want to see baddies. He said, to be clear, this documentary series is centered on providing Justin and Christian the opportunity to share their personal story and lived experiences, particularly as their lives have also been directly impacted. This project is not intended to endorse, defend, or vindicate Diddy or any individual, nor does it seek to justify or minimize any action that had been alleged or adjudicated. Do you find this part odd because of all the wording that was just shown in the trailer? The lies, the truth, the foes. Anyways, as a network, we believe it's important for allowing individuals to speak for themselves just as any credible network entering the documentary space does. Our role is to provide a platform for the stories to be told honestly and without prejudgment. What viewers will see is raw, real, and authentic storytelling. That is the essence of this project. We respectfully ask that the series not be prejudged before it's seen. Everyone will have the opportunity to watch, assess the content, and arrive at their own conclusion.
In the teaser, Justin and Christian are shown sitting together in a screening room as a rapid montage of headlines about their father flashes across the screen. The scene ends with Justin receiving a vibrating phone notification, a collect call from the Fort Dix Federal Correctional Institution, where Diddy is currently incarcerated. While no official release date has been announced, the teaser confirms the series is expected to drop sometime in 2026. The implication is clear. This project is meant to humanize the family and push back against the damage already done.
And they didn't choose it. They were born into this. I don't think anybody's paying attention to that. The choice they got. If that man calls and say, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, what else are they going to do? They gotta bet on him. I'm sure they're all praying he makes it, because if not, what are they going to do? And they definitely can't count on Grandma Janice. They're screwed. One way or the other, they're screwed.
So there's no escape for them.
How? Was there escape for OJ's children? Their daddy is the new OJ. And we already know he done it. Like OJ's kids went through hell. And there was reasonable doubt. We didn't see a video of him doing anything. We didn't see him running around in a towel with a knife, We seen that with the Dibba.
The uncomfortable truth is that Diddy's children don't generate significant income on their own. Their father was the central force behind their access, opportunities, and lifestyle. Without Diddy's money, influence, and protection, they don't have established careers capable of standing independently. Despite their famous last name, none of them have successfully built long-term brands or ventures that could sustain them without his backing.
Diddy Combs is now asking for an appeals court for immediate release, saying that the judge defied the jury's verdict during sentencing. As someone who represented Combs before, you think he'll be successful?
I will tell you something. Part of one of the lessons that trial brought to me was just how effective his appellate lawyer, Alexandra Shapiro, is. She's the one who authored this brief. I've known Alexandra for a while, and I will tell you, she's one of the more impressive legal minds that I've encountered in 43 years of practice. Having said that, I think this brief reads compellingly. I think they've already somewhat expedited it or granted her request for an expedited appeal. Number one, that's a good sign. Number two, she's asked for immediate release. I think there's a potential there. Remember, when he was convicted of these two Mann Act violations, if you took a look at this, he actually rolled the dice. He won against the counts that carried a mandatory life sentence and would have basically forfeited his entire fortune. So he rolled the dice and won, and then he was enhanced in his sentence by the very conduct he was acquitted of. I think that's fundamentally unfair. In fact, if you want to talk about fairness, I think the prosecution should be penalized for overcharging him in the first place, and he should have been immediately released.
There is a real possibility that Diddy's appeal could succeed. Even federal prosecutors reportedly acknowledged that sentencing him so harshly, despite being acquitted on most charges, raises serious concerns. The entire case has been deeply confusing from the start. Diddy was initially arrested on a RICO conspiracy charge, yet no alleged accomplices were ever named. He then managed to beat several major accusations while still being convicted of transporting individuals across state lines. The contradictions have left legal analysts baffled.
Well, Trump recently announced that he's not going to be pardoning Diddy.
I seen that.
Yeah. Are you surprised?
Yes.
Me too.
I thought he would have pardoned Diddy.
Yeah, because they used to be homies back in the day.
I think maybe Diddy didn't do what he was supposed to do.
What was that?
You know how that go, man. You know, hey, listen, the Chevy in the parking lot, the truck is open. You know, them pardons ain't just happening to happen. This a fact. Not those type of pardons. But if Diddy does right, and if he's in the drug program, he'll be home later this year anyway.
This year?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. He's not coming home this year.
You want to do the math?
Let's do the math.
Okay, let's do the math. 50 months, right? He got 50 months.
Right. About 12 months time served?
Hold on. He got 12 months time. Do they take the 15 from the top?
Yeah.
Okay, so minus his 15%. That leaves 42 and a half months. Minus, he had,
about
12 months time served? 12.
So that's 30.
That's 30. Minus another 12 months for the drug program. That's why he went there. You do the drug program. They
18
take
months.
12 months off. 18 months minus 6 months for the halfway house. 12 and a half months. He got sentenced when, in October? Was it October?
I think that's too soon, but yeah.
All
right, listen, if
I'm
you're right,
doing all the deductions.
Listen, I'll be happy if
you
Diddy's
do know
free.
That's why he wanted the drug program.
Right, to get a reduction.
You
I get
it 12 months off, and then they send you to the halfway house 6 months early.
Anticipating the possibility that the appeal would fail, Diddy explored another option. Senior White House officials confirmed that he had reached out to President Donald Trump in hopes of receiving a presidential pardon. Trump himself publicly acknowledged their past friendship and confirmed that Diddy had contacted him. However, despite that history, Trump made it clear he wanted no involvement. Even he seemed unwilling to associate himself with the controversy surrounding Diddy.
Don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. He literally is saying he's going to reach out to Trump to remind Trump of the things that P. Diddy has said about him for the sole express purposes of making sure that Trump doesn't pardon Diddy in the event that Diddy gets convicted of trafficking and racketeering. That's what 50 Cent has sworn to do. And I got to admit to you, that's wild. Damn, you know you got an enemy there when the man want to go out of his way to contact the president, you know, and clearly he has some kind of inroads where he can get to President Trump so President Trump can hear him. He's basically saying, yo, brother need to go down.
So why did President Trump decline to intervene? Some believe that 50 Cent may have exerted influence behind the scenes. Given 50's expanding reach and the cultural impact of his documentary, it's possible that the political fallout of granting a pardon.
I mean, they did what they needed to do in this documentary. The whole objective of this documentary was to blame it all on Diddy. The devil made me do it, blame it all on Diddy, and the rest of the industry is nothing like this. Like when Curtis Jackson sat there in his interview with Robin and sat there and said, I did this because I don't want people thinking that the hip hop community is okay with this kind of behavior. I don't want them thinking that, we're just going to be silent while all of this is going on. Like, we're okay with this kind of behavior. And my thing is huh? So now you speaking for all of hip hop, And all of hip hop is uncomfortable with this. Meanwhile, you got people like Ja Rule who, on the low key, allegedly, Gene Deal has exposed for having his own nude tryst freak offs.
The real question isn't when Diddy gets out, it's why he wants out so badly. One major reason could be fear. Some believe Diddy thinks his life is in danger behind bars. Notably, none of the other celebrities linked to him have faced arrests. Jaguar Wright has spoken publicly about this, suggesting Diddy may be serving as a scapegoat for much larger forces operating behind the scenes.
Are you concerned that Sean Diddy Combs could be sexually assaulted, violently assaulted? Is that a thing? Because based on what was said in court, it feels like a thing.
Yeah, it clearly is a thing. I mean, they're already, and he did not want to make a big deal of it. They already tried to shank it once at the MDC, and that was thwarted. And it happens in prison. I mean, you and I could tick off how many times we are aware of somebody getting seriously injured or killed in prison. And so they're going to have to keep him somewhere that they can keep an eye on him. It would have obviously been better if he had gotten less time and had been at a camp, but he's going to be in a facility where somebody's going to have to, from the BOP, and I think they're well equipped to do it if they can, to keep an eye on him because he is a target.
If Diddy truly believes he's being framed, then eliminating him would benefit those who set him up. His legal team has confirmed that he has been attacked multiple times while incarcerated and is deeply concerned about what could happen to him if he remains in prison.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you knowing Diddy personally, do you think it's possible he might take his life?
It takes a certain individual to prepare himself to do a lot of years in jail. From the lifestyle that he had, I'm not saying that he can't. I just don't see him able to do time behind bars. Maybe if he be in a camp type situation, that's a possibility. But based on the lifestyle and what he's done and what he's accomplished, if he had to go behind those bars for a lot of years, I think that he may commit suicide. He'd do an Epstein.
Diddy has never been the type of person to sit quietly while others control the narrative. Losing power, privacy, and influence may be more terrifying to him than prison itself.
Fifth, the Ja Rule and his first baby mama started following each other on IG an hour ago. Prepare for the worst. Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Roc Nation, Desiree Perez are out to get him out of the paint. Alert. Listen here. Everybody that it said, and Desiree Perez, all them people got dirt under them, bro. You understand? They got all them people got dirt on their fingernails. Jay-Z got dirt in his fingernails. You understand? Jay-Z was messing with young girls from our block. Tiring them. I'm putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking a side. Desiree, husband, was a former drug dealer that she turned on a whole cartel. All of them got dirt on them. And 50 got they dirt. You understand? 50 gonna know they dirt. Because 50 got investigators, he got people that's in the street. So if they go at him, listen here, I deem him like myself, 10 times the normal man. He gonna do what he gotta do. And the whole thing about it is they trying to retaliate on him for something he did to somebody else. I feel that it's something worth seeing. It's something worth coming around because all that shit is about to fall. All that we seen in the industry, these demons want to have and turn little boys into little girls into little boys. It's about to go out the window, bro.
Another major reason Diddy may be pushing so hard for release is his fear of what 50 Cent plans to reveal next. A second season of The Reckoning has already been confirmed, and 50 Cent has hinted that the evidence in the upcoming episodes will be far more damaging. Former associate Gene Deal even warned 50 that Diddy would seek revenge if given the chance.
New Netflix docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs is making headlines for its never-before-seen footage of the music mogul in the days before his arrest. Now, Combs is threatening legal action against the streamer for airing the unauthorized footage. Behind the series is Combs' longtime rap rival 50 Cent and director Alexandria Stapleton, who sat down with NBC News' Chloe Malas ahead of tonight's release.
Diddy's legal team has already issued statements accusing the documentary of using stolen footage and has threatened lawsuits totaling billions of dollars against both Netflix and 50 Cent. If this was his reaction to the first season, it's not difficult to imagine how volatile his response could be once season 2 is released.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their source.
Netflix is now preparing to release never-before-seen footage of Diddy filmed just days before his 2024 arrest on racketeering and trafficking-related charges. The material is part of the 4-part series Sean Combs, The Reckoning, produced by 50 Cent and directed by Alexandria Stapleton. The footage offers rare insight into Diddy's mindset as he prepared for trial.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. Perhaps. What was he intending to use it for?
I have no idea what he was doing that for.
I mean, you know, you're talking about a man who films himself doing everything and has for decades. I think he wanted someone to be behind the scenes.
The recordings reportedly include private conversations between Diddy and his legal team, offering viewers an unprecedented look into his defense strategy. Interestingly, despite all the threats, Diddy's lawyers have only issued cease and desist warnings and haven't followed through with actual lawsuits.
I heard that Diddy is trying to sue Netflix for $1 billion. Ain't nothing came up in court. That's just talk, bro. No paperwork has been put in and signed into that. They're gonna have to have a reason. If they were suing him and he had enough reason, why they didn't cease and desist the thing? Huh? If he had a leg to stand on, why they didn't cease and desist the documentary? That's just people talking. Headline news. Because had it been filed in court and they had a leg to stand on, they'd have been bringing that stuff down. Oh, we can't show it no more.
Gene Deal has stated that Diddy will never take 50 Cent to court because he knows the accusations aren't fabricated. While Diddy's team claims the documentary exaggerates unproven allegations, the timing of their legal threats is telling. They didn't react immediately after Season 1 aired, only after leaks about Season 2 began circulating.
Getting to this, yo, bombs. Yo, man, yo, how 50 get, blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, whether it's NBAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity, so they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of...
Much of the footage used in the documentary reportedly came from Diddy's own videographer, who has not publicly defended him. Even if he wanted to, insiders say doing so would be nearly impossible given what the material shows.
Answer. He's the guy to go to because we got video of him at Fort Dix reporting for work in the library, where he is making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for his fellow inmates.
I'm really fascinated just by the library
But
itself.
you're seeing him here. This is him reporting to work, taking off his jacket, taking off his scarf, and settling in for a day on the job.
It looks like a public school library.
Yeah.
It's
This was the chapel, and this is the media library in the chapel, which is where Diddy's currently working. He's working in a Life Connections program, which is an 18-month program that helps rehab people and get them closer to spirituality, to charity groups, and with that, it will shorten his sentence. But in this media library, he helps inmates with religious material, rent out movies, that kind of stuff. You see him pushing a
really
cart
interesting
with a TV on it.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the laundry room when he first got there.
Yeah,
this got to be
his first
This got to
assignment.
be a promotion.
Yeah.
It feels like a promotion. It feels like maybe he tried the lunchroom and put in a request for something different.
Yeah, it does
I mean,
believe
he is a
it does
media
sound like
mogul.
he used maybe possibly some connections to get a better job.
For now, Diddy is reportedly working in the prison library. Recently leaked footage from inside the facility sparked immediate mockery from 50 Cent, who joked that Diddy looked happy because he was surrounded by handsome men. Meanwhile, the documentary his sons are producing appears to be another attempt to reshape public opinion. Even during the trial, Diddy allegedly paid supporters to appear outside the courthouse. The reality is that genuine support seems non-existent. The backlash to the documentary trailer was so intense that Zeus Network CEO Lemuel Plummer had to step in and address the controversy himself. Ultimately, the real question isn't whether Diddy gets out, it's whether freedom will actually save him or bring him closer to the very truths he's been trying to escape. Because when the next wave of footage drops, no mansion or house arrest will be able to shield him from what's coming.
Really being paid to rally support for Diddy outside of his trial? Because that is what many are now alleging as people have been standing across the street from the courthouse in free Puff and free Diddy shirts. With, for example, journalist and content creator Emily Hagan posting a TikTok of this group of people in matching shirts that also then included this interaction.
These are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm
And while that TikTok was initially posted around 5 days ago, it's now gotten a lot more traction as people like 50 Cent, who famously not a big Diddy fan, started posting about it and trolling Diddy by posting seemingly edited images of him in the shirts and writing things like, okay, now where do I send my $20 invoice, guys?